Hello, everyone. I'm back here again. Welcome to Pep Talk with the Cyber Apostle. Right, I'm back here again, and today I'm going to be talking about how to become a voice in 2024. Yes, how to become a voice. I know that sounds like me become a voice. Yes, you start from somewhere. You start. Don't despise the days of little beginning. There are processes and there are steps. Little steps that you can take that will make you to become a voice. Like even at your present state, with your present status, right? So when I started my career, when I started out in cybersecurity, one of my goals was that I want to become, a voice in the industry. I understand the fact that there are people, leaders who have gone ahead of me, who are already doing great things. They've already established that name. They have a track record. So how do I now, this small me that I'm just starting out, how do I, speed up that process and become a voice, even with, my present status and even with the little knowledge that I have? That became something I was concerned about when I started out, right? And I began to work on it. Okay, who are the people who are recognized voice in my industry? I looked for them and I went back to how this got started, and I started also. And I want to share the processes that I followed, or let me say protocols that really helped me to have established some level of recognition in the cybersecurity industry. That I've spoken at more than 30 cybersecurity events. I've written 3 books, cybersecurity books. I've mentored a few, individuals, and I have an initiative that is training thousands of people. I have a video on YouTube, or a few videos on YouTube that is still currently streaming, and people around the world, they are watching the video, and people are looking for me on LinkedIn, Twitter. Or how can you also achieve that, with your business or with your brand or with your career? That is what I want to share with you. Number 1 is you have to acquire a particular skill and be extremely good at that skill. I understand that there are a lot of people who have different skill sets, right? They can design while they can code, right? That is perfect. But I believe that you can focus on one skill, on that skill, be excellent in that skill, and then let people know you for it. Let it be that when anything comes up, pertaining to that skill, you are the first person that comes to mind. Like people are thinking, oh, we are doing this branding, or we want to build an app and we need a UI UX guy. You are the first person that comes to their mind because of how good you are. They've seen your product. They've seen how extremely good you are. They've seen your result over time, even though you are just starting. Right? There's a way you can go about it that even as you're just starting, you can actually dispense a lot of value. Giving out your skill. Number 2 is you want to be sure that you read wide and you invest in books. Read wide and invest in books. I've seen that, there is a popular saying that says readers are leaders. Of course, that is true. And I've seen a lot of people who began, investing in so much knowledge, and before you know it, people started calling them. We want you to come and speak here. I listened to just a snippet of what you said during so time, during so discussion, and I love what you said. There is so much wisdom in it. I want you to come and speak. And that was how so many people, including me, started to go to conferences to speak. I've spoken virtually outside of the country. I've spoken in US. I've spoken in so many African countries from Nigeria here. It was because I so much invested in knowledge. I read books. I took courses online. So it is very important, if you want to become a voice, that you invest in so much knowledge. You invest in books. You read wide. Stuff your mind with so much relevant knowledge. Relevant. There are knowledge that are not relevant, right? Relevant knowledge. And number 3, contribute to knowledge. While you are, taking in other people's work, right? Books or research. You too, you should conduct research on your own and try and contribute to knowledge within your industry or within your career path. try and write, write articles, make research, discover new things, make discoveries, and let other people also learn from what you have discovered, right? That is how to become a voice. When somebody comes across your article and they have a discussion somewhere and I want to talk about that thing that you write, they can just cross their mind and say, oh, I read this guy's article sometimes, and the guy is so good, the way he gave a perspective to this topic. I would love us to bring the guy. And if they check you up and they see that you've written a couple of articles about some related stuff, they would want to call you. And that's how you start becoming a voice. All right. And then write books, not just making research, write books. One thing about books is books can help you to travel the world without leaving your physical location. Books can help you travel the world without leaving your physical location. I've written 3 books, and people have read my books in Germany, people have read my book in Canada, people have read my books in US, in UK, and you see, I've not been to those countries before, but my mind has gone ahead of me. Your value has, my value has gone ahead of me, and people know me. They look for me because of some of the things they read in my books and on LinkedIn, and I've gotten opportunities based on some of the books I've put out. All right, so please try as much as possible to write something that people can feed on. And lastly, make sure that you teach what you know. I normally tell people, teach what you know. Do not hoard your knowledge. Do not hoard it. Let people learn from your experiences. Teach what you know. The more you teach, the more you know. That's what people don't understand. The more you teach, the more you know. When I started out, the little knowledge I had then, when I started out in cybersecurity, I was teaching. The way I magnified those fundamentals in cybersecurity, I made them into beautiful presentations that organizations were calling me to come and do awareness for their employees, and they were fundamentals I was teaching. Fundamentals, CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and all of those fundamentals were the things I was. But the way I so much magnified it, it makes a lot of sense. It looks very professional. People were calling me even when I didn't have this much experience now. So you see, it is important that you teach what you know. Look for every opportunity to make sure that you teach. Gather few people, do something online, Twitter space, very little something, LinkedIn Live and all, just to dispense. Don't worry, even if it is one person that joined, consistency is what people are looking for. When they see track record, it will get to a time they will start looking forward to your content. All right. I don't want this video to be much more than this, and I hope you've gotten something. You've learned 1 or 2 on how to become a voice in 2024. I'm gonna see you in the next episode of Pep Talk with the Cyber Apostle. Peace out.